I personally don't think it'll make any difference. It's obviously great to win, and the Bledisloe Cup is very important to Richie and the boys, and so they're delighted about that and delighted the way they played the game. But looking ahead, probably a good story, isn't it, about have psychological advantage, but I think there's far too many occasions in the past where that hasn't amounted to a result in the Rugby World Cup. So I don't think it makes any difference at all. So if we get complacent about this victory, it'll be curtains, I'd say. Oh, I think that's the general attitude. I think our guys played very professionally, and I thought the defence was outstanding. And I just think they showed their maturity out there. There was some comments made about the maturity of this side during the week, and I think they showed that maturity tonight.
Well, I suppose it's one area that probably look at, and I think perhaps we probably run out of gas a little bit. There's a few guys that perhaps hadn't played for a few weeks as well, but you don't like to use it as an excuse. But the game got a little bit loose, to be fair, and we perhaps just a little bit accuracy at the breakdown probably dropped off a wee bit. So yeah, that was, I guess, something that you have a look at rectifying. But for a lot of the game, I thought we were pretty good there. We looked after our ball pretty well, and we were able to build a bit of pressure.
Yeah, a very significant try. Obviously, I think it's probably put the game beyond Australia at that point in time, so it was a really significant try. I think City played pretty well again. There's obviously a huge competition in the back three, and he's adding to that competition. So more of the same. So he'll be very pleased with his performance.
Well, I think it was important for our team just to feel like we put a bit of work in, and each of the weeks we've got a bit better. So very happy with the performance we put together tonight. I think Graham, what he said, that it's we can't get carried away with that. We've got to make sure we still look at ways of improving, and history shows. I was in a situation same time in 2003 where we had a pretty good performance against the Wallabies, and 2 months' time, totally different, and that's exactly the way it will be again, I'm sure. So we've got to make sure that we keep looking for ways to improve. A lot of that game was good tonight, but there's a lot of areas that we didn't quite get right as well. So we've got to keep our feet on the ground. But I think the attitude that the boys turned up with, and their willingness to get stuck in physically and work for each other was something that was really pretty pleasing.
You alluded, Graham, to the fact that there were some questions about perhaps some of the All Blacks being past it during the week. How much, if any, did that play into your preparation for the game?
Oh, not at all. We didn't take any notice, really. But that was your job, wasn't it? Were you the man who wrote that?
I wish it was, no.
Oh, okay. Well, some of you did. I don't know who's responsible, but no, it wasn't part of our build-up for the game at all. No, it just so happens that this group of players have been around together for a while and played a lot of test matches, which is I think a real positive, and I think that you saw that out there tonight, the maturity of the group. And I wasn't alluding to the fact that, well, maybe a wee bit. About what was said in the newspapers during the week. I just think that experience at this level is very important, and the guys showed that experience tonight. That's not the answer to everything, but it's a good start.
Takes big hearts to be able to play the way they played, because you've got to empty the tank, and that's what happened. So, hey, there were some scratchy bits around the edges, but in terms of heart and effort, which is more important than age, it was huge.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's always the way. There's a couple of new fellas, they hadn't done it before, so we had to put a bit of work in this week. But yeah, it's always good to put that one out there. So no, it was good.
Yeah, I don't think we can blame the slow finish on the Lucies. I overall, the forward pack, half of them haven't played for a while, so as Richie alluded, they might have run out of puff a wee bit. But going back to your original question, how did I rate them? I thought all three of them had special games. You know, Jerome Kino imprinted himself on various Australians with his defence. He's outstanding. Rito carried well, and Rich just does what Rich does and does a bit of everything and does it very, very well. So the thing that pleases me about them is they're working in tandem as opposed to individuals. And, you know, that combination now is becoming one of the best, if not the best in the world.
Good try.
Well, then, can you talk a bit more about your midfield, then, the record-breaking midfield tonight?
Yeah, they're both, you know, special players, and I think the characteristic I like about them most is that the bigger the game, the better they get. You know, and some players, that's what defines great players. I think that when the big games come around, you perform better than you have in any other game. So, and that's what they did tonight. They had massive effort, big influence on the game. So I'm sure they'll be happy.